Assalamualaikum everyone, this is Warda Bilal and you're watching me on Mom with Purpose. So today I really want to talk about this process of improving the reading skills of your kids, because this is something that in today's day and age parents are really upset, and they are very much worried about the poor reading skills of their kids. There are many reasons behind it. Okay, I'll talk about the beginners level first, because the later stage obviously will be discussed once you will understand why they are having this poor skill in the later stage of their life. The parents do not realize this thing, that learning to read is not an organic process the way learning to speak is. Okay, why? Because obviously speaking is something that it comes naturally to the kids, because when they see people around them talking in certain language, they obviously start picking up those words, and eventually before you even know that, they are talking in the same language. But reading is a different thing. It requires for you to, for your kid to undergo a certain process where there are certain stages. So what we need to focus upon is that every stage is very important. For example, if we talk about the stage one, that is the time when your kid is developing the phonemics. Okay, what is phonemics? Phonemic is basically when your kids, they are listening to different poems or different nursery rhymes. So they tend to listen to those words or those sentences, only relate to certain sounds. They can understand certain sounds, they don't know their meanings yet. So that is phonemics, when they know the words coming to them through those nursery rhymes, and they can manipulate those sounds in their heads, but they don't know the meanings of those words yet.
Baby, baby.
Yes, Mama. No, Mama. No, Mama. Ha ha ha.
Then the stage two is where your kids needs to learn the phonics. Now, what are the phonics? The same words that your kids used to learn through nursery rhymes, or once you were talking to them or anybody is talking around them. So those are just the sounds to them right now. They don't know they are attached to some words, but in the phonics they can connect those sounds with those words. You got my point? For example, if we are talking about apple, so now they know that when they are learning the phonics, that it's apple, apple. Okay, or for example, if it is even earlier stage when they are just learning the phonics of different alphabets, so it's like apple, apple, cat, ball. So this is the most important stage in building the reading skill for your kids. And so I believe that no matter how much time you put in this stage, that's completely fine. If your kid is taking 1 month, 2 months, 3 months, or whatever time period that kid is asking for, just give your kid that time. Why? Because if the phonics are not good, it will be very difficult for your kid to then understand the CVC sounds. Okay, because that is the next stage. I will share some books with you also. So this is a very good book. I hope you can see that. And this is Oxford Reading Tree Dictionary, and it really adds to the word bank of your kids. And it also obviously, since it's a dictionary, so it's also telling them the meaning of those words. For example, it starts with the alphabet A, okay, and the capital letter is the name of the alphabet, that's called A, and it makes the sound A. Okay, so this is apple, and here the word we have is, first word is add, then it's aeroplane, then adventure, then like plenty of words with the same phonic or with the same sound. Okay, so here you can see that. So no matter how long the word is, this is not your concern right now. Right now your kid is learning to read through, number one, the first sound of the letter, the word, okay, which is like, for example, if it is ambulance, so the kid should know that it starts with ambulance, okay, and the rest is going to be the sight word for him, okay. So he is not recognizing the spellings right now, or does not need to actually memorize the spellings right now. So he's just in the stage 1, it's just the first phonic, and then the rest is the sight word. In the stage 2, your kid will be blending two sounds, for example, ambulance. He will be then breaking it up into the syllables, okay, and then reading it. So this is Oxford Reading Tree series, ORT. They are also called ORT series. I just love this reading program, and it really helped my kids when they were at those stages to develop their reading skills. This basically comprises of like 9 levels, and so each level has a different kind of a color on its cover that obviously tells about its level or its stage. And as the level increases, the number of words also increases, like the vocabulary, and also the difficulty of the sentences also increases. So that really gives your kids an opportunity to harness their reading skills. So there is one very good technique that can help your kid to improve their reading skill, is that, for example, if I talk about this program right now, because it's a whole series. So what happens is that, for example, this is the story The Dream, okay. So they'll have certain words, you may call them the key words in this only this story, and I'm not talking about the whole series right now. So there will be certain key words which will be repeating over and over again in almost every page, okay. So what you can do is that, for example, I'll show those words to you. Biff couldn't sleep. Dad told her a story. The story was about dragon. So story is already repeated twice. Then Biff dreamed about the dragon. So dragon is again repeated here. Now what you can do is that you can make the flashcard of all these keywords that you have just read in the stories, hardly, I guess, 6 to 7 pages, and the new words also which are being introduced over here. And then there are some sight words, for example, had, and what are the sight words? Couldn't, okay, about, the, was, okay. So these are the sight words. So you can make the flashcards of these sight words also, and ask your kid to memorize those flashcards first, okay. You can do some kind of activity with your kid, and through that activity, first make sure that your kid memorizes those all the keywords before you introduce this book. Once your kid has learned all those sight words, then open this story and ask your kid to start reading now. So it will be easier for your kid to read the story, and first obviously you will read it out loud to your kid, and then later on you'll ask your child to read it, and then you'll be correcting wherever he's gonna stuck, or he'll be having a difficulty reading this sentence or a word.